Hello, hello. You're live now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to IVDC round 4. And we have a exciting layout today. You probably have been watching the competition yesterday with the qualifying. It's been exciting. We have Gregory Andreev, one of the guys in the top podiums of last round, just being a straight gangster out here. And now we're getting ready to get these guys underway, doing some warm-up, some laps, trying to find them on the map. Let's see where these guys are at real quick. These Gregory Andreev with that Ferrari going out there and just shredding some tires, getting some warm-ups. Hopefully everybody is out here getting excited for these battles. This is a top 32 bracket. Have these guys get ready to shred it up. We have a exciting bracket. We have Gregory Andreev versus Roman Petrov. Seeing them get ready, get lined up. Here we go. First battle of the top 32. Gregory Andreev with that Ferrari coming in. Nice initiation to that first outer zone. A little bit shallow line in that first outer zone, but Roman Petrov is coming in here and keeping that proximity, fighting through and using a lot of modulation of that throttle going in to stay close in proximity of Gregory Andreev, and he did a fair. And out of technicality, it seems like Roman Petrov gets to win. It was a reset to pits, I believe, from Gregory Andreev. They caused that 0. So our top qualifier is knocked out of the bracket. Unfortunate for him. That's going to shake up the season points. Now we have our next drivers come up. You got German versus Daniel, and it was with that 80 Supra. And you got German with one of my favorites, the Dodge Viper. Love that car, love driving the Dodge Viper in multiple different occasions, different packs, but we see how he performs out here. German coming in with the Dodge Viper. Nice angle, rubbing that wall. Looks like there was a little bit of contact made by the chase driver. The German is continuing on fighting through as Danny is coming in to try to keep that proximity and fight right into that pocket and hucking it as close as possible with proximity. Now we're gonna have these guys switch sides. German with that Dodge Viper is gonna be in the chase. You have Danny in the lead. Nice clean tribal livery from Danny with a big old wing. Let's see how he performs out here in the lead. Nice generous angle, but oh mercy, German just full sends it. Huge angle to keep that proximity, slow himself down, use some left foot braking to try to stay in the zone, to stay in the pocket as Danny is going out here. A little bit of contact made, maybe some pushing from German. We'll see what the judges say on this. That was fantastic performance from both of these drivers. If you guys are tuning in, hope you guys say in chat, who are you voting for? Who are you going for this whole bracket? And it looks like Danny gets the win. The 80 Supra. German was a little bit too spicy, making some contact. Being a little bit too bobbling on it. Now we have a favorite, one of the crowd favorites, Vadim Abramov with that RTR Mustang. He's going to be in the lead as Kavanaugh is going to be in the chase with that S chassis. Vadim Abramov out here, be a straight gangster. Let's see how he performs with this RTR. He's been doing an excellent job throughout the series. Nice angle going in. And you have Kavanaugh coming in to try to keep that proximity all the way through. Vadim Abramov is just shredding tires, staying in each zone. And Kavanaugh is staying too far forward in the pocket to keep up the proximity. Looking like he's cutting the track just a little bit to try to gain that advantage. But that's going to look like it might be a disadvantage for him. Now we're going to have Vadim Abramov. Vadim the Count Abramov. Vadim the Count Abramov. He got that nickname from CNDS. When I commentated him, he was running a flanker, and just how he performed out there was just like a straight vampire, just sucking the life out of his competition. It was great. Now we have Kavanaugh in the lead. Vadim Abramov in the chase. Huge angle from Kavanaugh, going all the way in. A little bit shallow line, a little big. Well, actually, that was a major bobble going into the second outer zone. Kavanaugh is coming in. Slowing down on that angle, now getting there. Vadim the Count Abramov is using every inch of that track to keep that proximity. And we'll see what the judges say on this one, but it looks very clear cut on who will be moving on. Fantastic performance from both of these drivers. Judges are deliberating. And it looks like Vadim Abramov gets the win. Moves on to the top 16. Next is a bye run from Savelli. Looks like Braden Swan was unable to make the event. So it's going to be Vadim Abramov versus Savelli. Bulanov coming in. Savelli Bulanov, huge angle. Wow. Oh, no. He makes contact with that first outer wall. You're going to see a very tricky course going through this whole track. Outer zone 1 to outer zone 2 seems like there's going to be a little bit of a choke point because of that it's kind of like a weird angle up and decel into that second outer zone, but we'll see how these guys perform as a chase driver. Seems like a major lead driver track, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to see how they perform here on this next battle. This is a top 16 battle. You got Danny in the lead. Roman Petrov is going to be in the chase. Danny with the 80 Supra. Waiting for the lights. Here we go. Danny versus Roman. Roman's going to be in the chase. Weird initiation from Roman coming in the chase. And he's out here just shredding tires and doing a great lead run. Roman needs to keep that proximity going through. A little bit of a bobble. It's a very weird chase run from Roman. Very uncharacteristic from Roman. Now we have Roman in the lead. Danny in the chase. Here we go. Winner of this goes to the battle of the Great Eight. Roman Petrov, nice initiation. but Danny is keeping that proximity with that 80 Supra, and he's trying to angle up a little bit more, and he does, getting right on that pocket, right in the door. Use some left foot braking to keep that angle. Looks like Roman Petrov bobbled on that final outer zone. Judges are going to be looking over everything, seeing who is going to be moving on. Roman Petrov did straighten out a little bit. Actually, it looked like a full straight at the final outer zone. And it looks like Danny gets to win and moves on to the grade 8. A little bit of victory donuts going on there in the pits. Next driver is Vadim Abramov versus Savelli. Savelli is coming off of a bye run. Vadim Abramov is still feeling that rush that he was getting on that battle. Let's see how they perform. Vadim Abramov with that RTR Mustang coming in the lead. Oh, what happened there? Looks like Savelli just went off track. Went all the way into Narnia, as we see Vadim Abramov is filling out each zone towards the end of the track. We have Vadim Abramov go back to the line. Savelli decided to be a lawnmower. We're not talking about Manscaped. There we go, Savelli Bulinov. Nice initiation from Savelli. Vadim Abramov just has to have an active chase going through. Savelli has to have a nice and stellar performance in the lead. Looks like he's tapping that wall, bobbling. Vadim Abramov is just keeping his distance, using a nice throttle modulation all the way through that whole track. Another clear-cut decision, I'm assuming. And it looks like Vadim Abramov gets to win and moves on to the grade 8. And now we're going to see a grade 8 battle of Group A. Let's see in chat. Nice trick. Yep, he did a kickflip. It was insane. All right, next battle. You're going to have Danny versus Vadim Abramov. AD Supra versus RTR Mustang. Old school versus new school. American Muscle versus JDM coming in here. Vadim Abramov with nice angle, and Danny is just hucking it right into the door, moving forward in the pocket to try to stay in proximity, giving him some room on that transition, money, and going all the way out to the final outer zone. Fantastic chase run from Danny. Might have been a little bit of a track cut, but he was keeping close proximity throughout the whole track like an absolute gangster. Yo, Vadim Abramov in the lead, or in the chase now. Coming in, nice angle. Looks like he had to just clutch drag all the way in that first outer zone to keep that proximity. And Danny is doing a fantastic job filling out each zone all the way through. Use some left foot braking on that final outer zone. Vadim Abramov being extra spicy in the chase. Beautiful performance from both drivers. I was an absolute class act, looking like a ballet out there. Judges are looking at what's going on. What's the final decision? Trying to get everything situated for this, guys. Looking at the replays as well. There's a smooth chase run from Vadim Abramov. A super aggressive chase run from Danny. Judges are trying to figure out who had the better run, who had the better lead, who had the better chase. I'm sipping some tea right now. I've ran out of Monster. And I think the judges have come to a decision. It looks like Danny gets the win and moves on to the finals. Beautiful Group A run all the way up. I'm happy to see this kind of battles going on right off the rip in this group. We're going to have a server swap. On the left side of your screen, you'll see what is going on in our bracket. As we have our servers load up, then our competitors are going to go through some practice laps as well. Definitely want to thank the sponsors for the competition. You guys don't know, the first place of the whole season will get a Moza R9 V2 and RS V2 bundle. Second place will get a Moza sequential shifter. Third place will get a Moza handbrake. Awesome opportunities for these drivers. Getting everybody in here, loading it into the servers. everybody load into the servers. Got the guys stopping the practice. All right, now we have Alexander Malkov versus Stanislav Tarasov. Malikov? I want to say Malikov. Here we go. Stanislav, another driver with that Ferrari. You have Alexander with that S chassis. That's 15 from the IVDC public pack coming in. Huge surge on Stanislav. Made some contact with him. It's huge, unfortunate series of events right there. And then as they're gonna be finishing off this lap, that huge contact is gonna be a major setback for Alexander. Now we're gonna have Stanislav in the chase. So weird initiation from Alexander, going into that first outer zone, going all the way through to the final outer zone, and he finishes off that lap. See what the judges say on this. It looks like Stanislav gets the win, moves on to the top 16. I'm trying to find this. I have a comfy maps acting up on me. There we go. Now we have Rasmus versus Seraphim. Seraphim is going to be in the chase. Rasmus is going to be in the lead. Seraphim is going to be in that 400Z. Absolute legend out here. Rasmus is, oh no, making a huge correction right there in the initiation. And the first outer wall, going all the way through, trying to fill out the zones, but it's a big goose egg from what I'm seeing right here. Now we have Seraphim gonna be in the lead. Rasmus is gonna be in the chase. That 400Z is rowdy and rambunctious. I love it. I do love the S14s. We'll see how he performs out here. Rasmus is gonna be in the chase now. Let's see if it can hold that proximity, but Seraphim was really shallow angle in that first outer zone, going all the way through. Now he angles up to that second outer zone. Looks like a huge correction from Seraphim, going into outer zone 3, all the way through. Major mishap from both drivers. Could be a possibility that this will go one more time. We don't know. We'll see what the judges say. But that might have been on my side from what I was seeing, that mishap. But Seraphim gets the win. Now we have Dmitry Mitten versus Roman Fedorov. Two drivers I enjoy watching. Roman Fedorov is a absolute legend out here, being super aggressive, and Dmitry with that 370 coming in, nice angle going inside first out of zone. Looks like the bumps on this track is giving Roman a run for his money, as Dmitry is just hitting each zone, filling it out all the way out, using some nice angle to keep himself in the zones and avoiding contact with that wall. And we're going to have Dmitry Mitten come out here. It's going to be in the chase. Roman Fedorov is going to be in the lead now with that BMW. A very smooth initiation going inside first outer zone. Roman is just keeping a shallow angle, but there is some wheel-on-wheel contact, and Roman gets sent off track from Dmitry. Maybe some decel happening there. Maybe it was a surge from Dmitry. Possibly breaking from Roman onto that second outer zone that kind of choked up Dmitry and forced a wheel-on-wheel contact. We're having these guys come out here. Let's see what's going on. Replays going on the stream, seeing what's going on with the lead and chase, but it looked like a decel or maybe a surge. It's really hard to tell from the camera angle that you guys are watching. We're gonna see some exciting drivers come out in the future. Ilya Popov is a brother of the RDS driver. And RDS meaning Russian Drift Series. Pretty cool to have that that link in that kind of series, kind of circuit. We'll see what the judges are saying now. It looks like they're looking, and it also both pop-offs are the Russian Drift Series. I am so sorry. Ilya is going to be driving there in our series today. He is on the right side of the bracket. He'll be going against Christian Petrov, another driver that I enjoy watching. Christian Petrov with that unique BMW. So cool to experience pro drivers using the sim as a tool. I think the judges have come to a decision. Hey, one more time. Stakes on both ends. So we're going to have these drivers come out here and shred some more tires, virtual tires. I'm actually interested to see in the future if these drivers will go to battle on the Drift Master Series, the virtual side. That'll be cool. But now we have these guys battling it out. Dimitri Mitten versus Roman going in. Dimitri Mitten, nice angle going into that first outer zone, filling it all the way out. Roman looks like he is struggling a little bit to try to keep that proximity all the way through. Roman is keeping his space, but it looks like he is really fighting the track today on the chase. Seemed like he was sawing at the wheel, maybe trying to put as much input as possible to keep his car sideways, or just keeping the angle throughout the whole track. Here we go. We got them flipping sides. Roman Fedorov versus Dimitri Mitten. Dimitri coming in and diving right into the pocket and then moving forward. A little bit of a correction going in to outer zone 2. Correction at the end of outer zone 1 from Dimitri Mitten, but he is keeping the proximity and trying to stay as feisty as possible all the way through. Dimitri Mitten did do a lot cleaner chase run this time. Was able to maintain the chase run throughout the whole track compared to the previous battle where Dimitri just straight up sent Roman to Azkaban. It looks like Dimitri Mitten gets the win. Moves on. Next drivers we have is Vitaly versus David. Vitaly Kruzkov versus David Laxko. David Laxko coming in. Nice initiation. Oh no! Major contact from Vitaly. As David is going in to each zone and fighting through it. Looked like David had a lot of angle going to that first outer zone and it forced a little bit of contact from Vitaly, but we'll see how David performs out here in the chase with that unique look in A80 Supra. David is giving him some room, looks like. Getting ready for that jump. Vitaly coming out here with that S chassis. A nice little flick going into that first outer zone and just hucking it right to the wall, staying close proximity. Then going into that second outer wall. Fantastic positioning. Vitaly is doing an insane job through each wall and filling each zone out. But let's not count out David, but he was right on him throughout the whole track in the chase. Great performance from both drivers. Looks like David Laxko gets the win, moves on. So now it's going to be Stanislav versus David. Actually, excuse me. It's going to be Stanislav versus Seraphim. And then Dimitri versus David. Seraphim is in the chase with that 400Z. Stanislav is in the lead with that Ferrari. Beautiful initiation, staying close to the wall all the way through. As Seraphim is trying to keep that proximity and keep his car in drift throughout each zone. Looks like he's bobbling a little bit in the beginning, but now he's trying to keep the composure and trying to gain that proximity, but he is unable to. And now we're going to have these guys switch sides. Seraphim is going to be in the lead. Stanislav is going to be in the chase with that Ferrari. Seraphim Mirokin is going to be out here. Nice initiation, and then he angles up into that first outer zone. But Stanislav is just maintaining smooth composure in the back end, just staying right there, right in the pocket. Seraphim looks like he's shallow a little bit in that final outer zone and then fills it out towards the end. We'll see what the judges say on this. Beautiful run for both drivers. Looks like Stanislav Tarasov gets the win and moves on. Next drivers will be Dmitry Mitten versus David Laxko. Here we go. David Laxko coming in with the 80 Supra. Dmitry Mitten with that Nissan Z coming in. Nice initiation from Dmitry Mitten, getting all the way in to that first outer zone. In close proximity into that second outer zone. Is he going to get that wall ride? Yes, he does. Going into that final outer wall. Nice angle. Use some left foot braking to stabilize himself. David is right there through each zone, keeping some good proximity throughout the whole lap. Let's see if it seemed like for a second I thought Dimitri was having some issue with his pedals. He probably was just trying to fix his shoe. David versus Dimitri. Second half of this battle, David is going to be in the lead with that 80 Supra coming in. Nice initiation, huge angle, and makes contact with the wall. That is going to be a big old goose egg for him. He's going to try to finish up this lap. David just slapping that wall in the beginning of that lap. Unfortunate for that driver. Dmitry Mitten gets the win. Now it's gonna be Dmitry Mitten versus Stanislav. This is gonna be the battle to make them move on to the final four. Here we go. We're waiting for the lights. Stanislav in the lead with that Ferrari. Dmitry Mitten with that 370Z coming in. Hucking it right as close as possible, keeping drift. Using some left foot braking to angle up and stay close proximity. Throughout each zone, Stanislav is doing a fantastic job being unfazed by the chase driver. Oh, mercy. Absolute legends out here. Stanislav was just filling out each zone, giving Dmitry the door that he needed. Now Dmitry is going to be in the lead. Stanislav in the chase. Waiting for the lights. This is the battle to move on to the final four. Beautiful Scandinavian flick to that first outer zone. A little bit shallow line from Dmitry Mitten. Stanislav is keeping that proximity all the way through. Second outer zone. Oh my goodness. Dmitry Mitten got so close to that wall. Huge huck riding that outer wall, but Stanislav is getting doors all day long. Winner of this will be battling Danny Robico. Roberto? You know what? Danny Roberto. We're calling him Roberto. Gotta talk to him later on to ask him how do you pronounce his last name. But this is gonna be the battle for Final Four, the second position on the left side of that bracket. I think it's Robeco. I'm second guessing myself. It's got tricky names. And it's looking like it's going to be a one more time battle. I saw a laughing face emoji there. I think I butchered his name. It's all love. All love for my drivers. Stanislav Tarasov versus Dmitry Mitten. Here we go. Stanislav, nice weight transfer initiation. Very consistent with that initiation. And oh my goodness, Dmitry Mitten is just keeping that proximity. Match and angle all the way through outer zone 2. Outer zone 3 is fantastic from Stanislav. And Dmitry Mitten is getting doors. Oh my goodness. This is just a grade 8 battle. On the left side of the bracket, we're gonna figure out who is moving on here on the left side of the bracket, and then it gets exciting. Because now we're thinking about the matchups. Here we go. Dmitry Mitten in the lead. Stanislav Tarasov in the chase coming in. Same initiation from Stanislav, but Dmitry Mitten does a little bit of a shallower entry going into that first outer zone, but Dmitry Mitten is filling out each zone, a huge angle. Stanislav is giving him that room and just diving right into the pocket all the way through. Insane. Insane from both of these drivers. A Ferrari is an absolute gangster. That car is cool. It's different for a lot of these drivers. Some of these drivers just love the S chassis, the Z's. Great battle from both of these drivers. Another one more time. Seems like both of them have the equal amount of mistakes. Here we go. Dmitry Mitten versus Stanislav. Stanislav is now in the lead. Dmitry in the chase. Stanislav still same with that proximity to that first outer wall. Dmitry Mitten is just trying to figure out what do these judges need. Do you need me to sit in the passenger seat with my car going all the way through? And some contact on the final outer zone from Dmitry. A little bit too aggressive. It's that final outer zone. Now we're going to have Stanislav in the chase. Here we go. Another one more time battle. Dmitry Mitten with that 370Z. Nice little flick going into that first outer zone, filling it all the way out, going all the way through. Stanislav is keeping that proximity all the way through. Some contact going into outer zone 2, but that is unfazed. Going all the way into that final outer zone. Dmitry Mitten did a great job being unfazed by that contact on outer zone 2. Going into outer zone 3, a little bit aggressive from Stanislav. Both drivers made contact. And we're trying to figure out who is going to be moving on to the final four battle. Looks like Dimitri made a little bit too much of a contact on that final outer zone that forced Stanislav to straighten out, but Stanislav made contact but didn't force Dimitri. We'll see what the judges are looking at that, but from what I'm seeing on the replay, that's what I'm thinking of if I was in that booth. Looks like Stanislav gets the win, moves on to the final four battle. Insane turn of events over here. And Stanislav is currently in the top 5 of this bracket. We're looking at, or not in this bracket, in this series. And Dimitri is in third place of this series, knocked out. This is gonna shake up the bracket just a slight bit. Huge turn of events there. There's going to be a big shakeup on this season pilot standings. Dmitry Mitten, Grigory Andreev, and Vadim Abramov, they're in the top 3, and they got knocked out before the final 4 battles. So what is going to happen to this bracket? Yeah, but Danny, he's going to be in the final 4 battles. Stanislav's already in the top 5. Looking at the bracket right now. And Danny is going to be he's in the 27th spot of this series. So a lot of crazy stuff can happen here. All right, here we go. We're getting ready. These drivers are stopping, practicing. We're starting on the right side of the bracket. Gonna have Alexei versus Nikita. Alexei got second place in qualifying. Alexei is going to be in the lead. Nikita is going to be in the chase. Here we go. Alexei with that R34 coming in. Nice initiation. Hope that E-brake going inside first outer zone. Keep it close to that wall. A little bit of a bobble from Nikita to try to keep that proximity and keep that angle. Alexei is doing a fantastic job staying consistent, and Nikita is going offline to try to stay in close proximity. Those bumps are an absolute demon out here. Seems like the drivers are not only fighting each other, they're fighting the track. Here we go. Nikita is now in the lead. Alexei is going to be in the chase with that R34 coming in. E-braking into it. Nikita looks like he made contact with the wall and full straightens all the way into outer zone 2. Coming in with a nice transition to outer zone 3, and looks like he is about to loop it. And it looks like Alexei is going to be getting that win. A clear-cut decision right here. Unchaseable lead. Next driver is going to be Alexander versus Vadim Antropov. Both in the same chassis. Looks like it's gonna be a in-game countdown. Both in 200 SXs going all the way through. Alexander is trying to fill out each zone, and he's doing that. What is going on with Vadim Antropov going cutting the track to keep the proximity? It looks like he is struggling to fill the zones out with him. Now we're going to have Alexander in the chase. Vadim is going to be in the lead. Vadim Antropov. Nice initiation from Vadim Antropov coming into that first outer zone, riding that wall. Alexander is keeping proximity, uses some left foot brake to stay right there, right next to Vadim, as Vadim is filling out each zone, uses some left foot brake to tuck himself into that wall. It looks like he made contact with that wall. Then that forced Alexander to make contact with him. Have these drivers come back. The judge is going to be looking over that replay to see what's going on with there. And it looks like Alexander gets the win. Moves on. Next drivers we have coming out. Looks like Christian Petrov, he is getting a bye run. Looks like his competitor, Ilya Popov, is not going to be able to make it. Unfortunate, but Christian Petrov with the Skuko livery on that BMW, going all the way through. Gangster run from Christian Petrov, going all the way through, filling out each zone, going all the way in. Absolute savage out there. The next drivers we'll have is Arhip versus Roman. Looks like there's a connection issue. Go. We got our drivers coming up. Arhip Mashuin versus Roman. It's like a possible jump on the line. Going into that first outer zone. Arhip just straight gapped Roman. Going all the way through. It's a little bit unfair going all the way out. We'll see what the judges will say about that one, but we'll have them switch sides. There we go. Roman going to be in the lead. Nice initiation. Oh, falls off track. They're offline on that first outer zone, but Roman's trying to fight through each zone. Looks like he is also struggling on this track to keep that line. Unfortunate for Roman. You're gonna go lead versus lead. It's definitely gonna look more towards Arhip's side. Arhip gets the win and moves on. Next is going to be Alexei versus Alexander. Alexander is going to be in the chase. Alexei is going to be in the lead. Here we go. We got these drivers lined up, getting ready. It's going to be an in-game countdown. Lexi is going to be in the lead with that R34, coming in with a nice weight transfer initiation, going inside first outer zone, going all the way through, keeping a nice consistent line. Oh, looks like a tire drop, almost makes contact with the second outer wall, going into that final outer wall all the way through. Lexi being really aggressive with the angle and momentum in each zones. It's the second driver that I thought was going to make contact with that wall, but didn't. Beautiful, beautiful line for Alexi. Alexander is now going to be in the lead. Alexi, let's see how he performs here in the chase. Alexander, beautiful initiation going to that first outer zone. You'll see him squat down as he puts some throttle down into that car, going all the way through to the second outer zone. Beautiful. Coming into that final outer wall. Fantastic performance for both of these drivers. It looks like Alexi was a little more aggressive in the chase, maintaining the lead proximity. It was insane to watch. And it looks like it's going to be a one more time. Both drivers made similar mistakes from what the judges are thinking. Balance each other out. Here comes Alexander coming out here in the chase with that 200SX. Alexi with that R34. Here we go. One more time battle. Our second or third one more time battle. There's a second pair of drivers that have a one more time battle, but going into that first outer zone is beautiful. Huge angle, but there's a big correction from the chase driver on outer zone 2. Alexi is doing a great job filling each zone out. Alexander had to correct himself on outer zone 2 going into outer zone 2. Looked like he straightened out a little bit, but I'm not too sure from my angle. Here we go. Alexi and Alexander. Alexander coming in. Nice initiation going in that first outer zone. Beautiful proximity as we're going into outer zone 2. Fantastic job from both drivers. Lexi makes contact with that final wall. Forces the mistake. Lexi gets the win. Moves on to the final four battle. Next is Christian Petrov versus Arhip. Christian Petrov is going to be in the lead, representing the Assetto livery. Arhip is coming out here in the chase. A huge jump from Arhip right off the rip. Christian is just keeping that speed and momentum into that first outer zone. Got some contact from Arhip on that first outer zone. Arhip is using all of the track. Use some left foot braking to angle up and get all the way through. Christian Petrov does a fantastic job filling out each zone. Christian Petrov is now in the chase. Arhip is in the lead. Here we go. Nice Scandinavian flick from Arhip going into that first outer zone. Use some e-brake going into that zone. Keeping momentum all the way through. Uses that clutch to go all the way through to that second outer zone. And R-Hip using the left foot braking as well. Beautiful lead and chase run from both of these drivers. Christian Petrov was keeping that proximity through each zone. And we'll see how the judges come up with the decision here. It's a super close call there. Winner moves on to the Grade A battle of Group C. I think the judges are looking on that the replays right here. We're looking at these replays. See Christian Petrov coming in and keeping that proximity and maintaining composure throughout the whole track. A little bit of contact on outer zone 2. I think the judges are looking at that. If there was some decel, unwarranted decel in the outer zone. It was a huge contact on outer zone 1. If it's going to be a tit for tat, could pause for it one more time. Christian Petrov's car has so much forward bite. You see it in the outer zone 3 is insane. And it looks like it is going to go to a one more time. I was saying before, a tit for tat possibly with both of those contacts. Probably too close to call, figure out who's at fault for both of them. I wouldn't say who's they knew who was at fault, but it was more of a tit for tat situation going there. Here we go. Christian Petrov in the lead. Huge angle. Oh no! R-Hip makes contact with that wall. It straightens out. Christian Petrov just needs to finish out this lead lap. It's going to be a huge advantage. Goes across that line, completing that lap. Oh no. Anything could happen here. Got Christian Petrov now going to be in the chase. R-Hip coming out here. Insane speed. Goy hits that first outer zone. I don't know how he didn't go straight into that first outer wall, because R-Hip angling up the outer wall too. Beautiful. Then filling out the final outer wall, rubbing that bumper against that wall. R-Hip is doing a fantastic job. I think that straighten in the chase is going to cost him though. Winner moves on and versus Alexei. And it looks like, yep, it is a clear-cut decision on that one, Alexei. And then Christian Petrov are going to be battling to see who moves on to the final four. Here we go. Alexei in the lead. Christian Petrov in the chase. Lexi with a nice initiation and angles up beautifully into that first outer wall, but Christian Petrov is keeping that proximity, using some left foot braking to maintain that proximity and same angle as the lead driver. Alexi is doing a gangster job on filling out each zone. Beautiful lead run from Alexi. And Christian Petrov being feisty in the chase. Here we go. Alexi is going to be in the chase. Christian Petrov is going to be in the lead. Beautiful initiation from Christian Petrov. And Alexi is just trying to maintain composure and keep that proximity. A little bit of more corrections compared to Christian on the chase. And oh, a bobble from Christian in the lead. Oh no. As Petty Carl says, we're here for Tiny. No, we're here for the drivers. Hope you're doing well, Petty Carl. And is looking like another one more time battle. So these guys get a second one more time battle. Alexi is going to be in the lead. Christian Petrov is now in the chase. Alexi, generous flick. Oh no, major contact from Christian. Going into that second outer zone. Christian makes contact with Alexi and forces a straighten. Wheel on wheel contact. Alexi is going to be in the chase. Christian Petrov in the lead. Here we go. Christian Petrov coming in. Nice initiation, filling out that first outer zone. Alexi just needs to have a clean chase run. And it looks like a little bit of an over rotation from Christian. I don't know what's going to happen here. All right, here we go. Waiting for the judge's decision. This track is insanely bumpy for these drivers. Seems like it's fighting a lot of these drivers. Initiation going in at first. Outer zone. Midway through the outer zone, there's a major bump. And then going to outer zone 2, I think it's the beginning of it. You'll feel that bump again. Actually, more midway through of outer zone 2. And then diving back into the final outer zone, there is another major, the same bump you'll feel in the first outer zone. It's the same bump you feel on the way back. So it's a very, very bumpy track. It looks like Alexi gets the win and moves on. It's going to be one half of the final 4 on the right side of the bracket. We will be refreshing the servers, and shortly we'll be back. All right, we're back with Group D. It's going to be the final group of the top 32 bracket, all the way up to the final four. Here we go. Got these drivers getting situated. This is round 4 of 6. We'll have 6 total rounds coming out. Of these battles, or these competitions. You have all the drivers coming out here to get ready, feel out the server, feel out the track, tandem with each other, see how each other drives it. Gets a little bumpy right off the rip, but it seems to clean itself out after they get some reps down. Here we go. Getting a 3-car tandem going on here. Oh no. Some of these guys are out here just shredding, having fun. Seemed like a lot of drivers were struggling during qualifying, especially on that initiation. Because that bump going into that first outer zone. And then after everything settles down, the last 2 zones aren't too bad. Is that initial zone it's the struggle right there because of that bump. You gotta be prepared for it and settle your car before you know you're gonna take that impact. So whoa, someone murdered there again. It's a reoccurring issue right here during practice. I think the judges are getting some refreshments real quick, and then we'll be back. Haristo is out here coming in and filling out the zones all the way through to outer zone 2. Haristo is doing a fantastic job in the lead. In the chase, we saw him over rotate going all the way through. Rostic was filling out each zone. Literal technical difficulty right there before. Bumped my mic and it muted it. But it did look like there was possible connection issue from Haristo. But seems like Rostic got a really clean lead run on that one in chase. Next driver, we have Abasov, Mirage Abasov. We're gonna call you the Mirage Abasov. I can't say your first name. And Vladimir coming out here. Abasov going in the first outer zone with that 400Z, getting nice clean angle as Vladimir is keeping that proximity. There was some contact on outer zone 1. Huge angle from Abasov going into outer zone 3. Beautiful run. Possible contact from the chase driver. Let's see if Abasov in the chase will make Vladimir the Mirage of this competition. Vladimir coming in here, initiates a beautiful angle going into that first outer zone all the way through, holding that angle and then shallowing up a little bit so he could dive into outer zone 2. Abasov is trying to keep that proximity and go all the way through, and oh, there's a straight in from the chase driver. That's gonna look like a 0 for the chase, unless there was some connection issue going on. It looks like there was no connection issue, and Vladimir gets the win. Big goose egg on the chase from Abasov. Looked like he understeered on that final outer zone. Next we have Pasha versus Michael Traub. Pasha is going to be with the 880 Supra. Michael Traub is going to be with that S chassis, pink S chassis in white. Michael Traub with that S15 coming in the chase. Pasha, huge angle and rides that outer wall in the beginning all the way through to outer zone 2. Beautiful performance from Pasha in the lead. Here comes Michael Traub trying to keep that proximity and reel him in, but it looks like he is struggling just a tad. Some sparks going off at the back end of Pasha. Next, we have them coming up. Pasha's going to be in the chase. Michael Traub is going to be in the lead. Here we go. Michael Traub, beautiful initiation, but wasn't as close as Pasha in that first outer zone. It looks like a huge correction from Michael Traub. Gonna have to look close to see if that was a straighten, but Michael Traub going in. Oh, some contact on transition. Michael Traub is doing a good job fighting through every trial and tribulation throughout that lap. It looks like Pasha gets the win. It's going to be moving on. Next drivers we have coming up is going to be Nikolai versus Mikhail. Mikhail is going to be in the chase. Nikolai is going to be in the lead. Winner moves on to fight against Pasha in the top 16. The final battle of the top 32 over here. Here we go. Nikolai coming in here with a nice initiation of first outer zone. Rubs his bumper on that wall all the way through. Gangster Nikolai is just being a straight savage on each zone going into that final outer zone. Beautiful performance from Nikolai as the pilot in that S chassis. Fantastic showing right there. And we have Mikhail in the lead now. See if Nikolai will keep that proximity and keep that aggression. Wow, getting right next to Mikhail. Oh my goodness. In outer zone 1, huge angle. And going into outer zone 3, huge angle again, getting doors all the way through. Beautiful performance right there. Super aggressive. I love it. Nikolai was just straight on his grill, and he's going to be getting the win. Moving on. Now we're in our top 16 battles. These are our final 2 top 16 battles. We got 2 battles for top 16, 1 battle for grade 8, and then that grade 8 battle, whoever wins there moves on to the final 4 battle and goes against Alexei Avakov. Beautiful showing from these drivers out here. Rostic is starting to come up to the line, I believe. There he is, coming out here with that BMW. The E92 Rostic. Nice aggressive initiation going into that first outer zone. Might have been a little bit of contact going through all the way through to the outer zone 2. Beautiful from Rostic. Nice angle, and he snaps right there and holds it all the way through. And Vladimir was just being an absolute terror on the door, getting super aggressive in proximity. There we go. Vladimir's now in the lead. Rostic is in the chase. Vladimir coming in with a nice weight transfer initiation. E-brake into that first outer zone, and it looks like some contact from Rostic, and that is unfortunate for him. Vladimir is going into outer zone 2. Possible decel from the drivers. The lead driver on outer zone 1. It's looking like they already made the decision. Rostic gets the win and moves on. Next is going to be Nikolai and Pasha. Pasha in the A80 Supra. And we got Nikolai in the S15 being super aggressive right off the rip, getting door to door all the way through in that first outer zone. Possible little bit of contact going to outer zone 2. Beautiful positioning for Nikolai all the way to outer zone 3. Absolute animal out here with that S chassis. Super aggressive, and I love it. Nikolai in the lead. Pasha in the chase now. Let's see if he could be aggressive with Nikolai. Going in, huge angle, going into that first outer zone. Nikolai, oh no, there is contact on the wall. I think that is a 0 from Nikolai on the lead. Unfortunate. Pasha gets the win and is moving on. Now it's gonna be these two Titans. It's unfortunate to see Nikolai get knocked off. He was doing a fantastic job in the chase in this competition on this layout. We're gonna have Rostic versus Pasha. And Pasha has been doing a great job doing a good lead run, good chase run, just being consistent with it. Rostic is just an absolute demon out here, just using the speed and momentum with each zone and keeping a nice consistent angle throughout each zone and being super aggressive where he needs to be, especially in the chase. Here we go. Rostic in the lead. Pasha in the chase. Oh, it looks like a huge bobble from Pasha. Might have been some contact for him on the chase. Rostic is doing a fantastic job being unfazed by the pressure from Pasha. Possibly it looks like Pasha might have impeded the initiation. The winner of this goes to battle Alexei Avakov in the final four. Here we go. Winner moves on to the final four battle. Pasha coming out here with an A80 Supra. Beautiful initiation to that first side of the zone. All the way through. Pasha is super aggressive. Contact with the wall, forces the bobble. And outer zone 2, filling it out. Rustic's doing a good job just keeping that proximity all the way through. Huge mistakes from Pasha from in the lead and chase. Unfortunate for him. Chase, he seemed like he understeered, straightened out. It looks like Rostic gets to win with that BMW. And is moving to the final four. Our final four battles is going to be Designe versus Stanislav. We have Alexei versus Rostic. This right here is a final four battle that is really gonna ruffle up some feathers and change up the bracket in this season's standings. Not the bracket, the season standings. You guys know what I'm saying. Starting to get a little under the weather. But we're fighting through it for you guys. All right. We're at our final four battles. You're going to see four more battles. And you'll see who gets crowned the victor. At Okibuki Motor Park.
And I look around and I realize God left this this place a long time ago.
Our next round is going to be April 20th. April 20th and 21st. And then the final round is May 11th. We crown our victor. Here we go. This is the start of our battles. We got Stanislav versus Danny. And he's going to be in the chase with the A80 Supra. Stanislav is in the lead with that Ferrari. Stanislav coming in with a nice initiation. Going to that first outer zone, filling it out. Danny is keeping that proximity with the A80. Seems like a huge correction on that first and the second outer zone, going all the way through. Stanislav is filling out each zone in the lead. Big correction from that A80 Supra. Danny going to outer zone 1 and 2. Here we go. Stanislav is going to be in the chase. Danny with a nice initiation going into that first outer zone. Another bobble. It's looking like that bump is going to be a big turning point for each battle. And he's doing a good job using some left foot braking to pivot his car around. And Danny is slowing himself down just a tad bit to not hit that wall. Doesn't upset the chase driver. Stanislav gets the win. He's going to be moving on to battle for first and second place. And he still has a possibility of him getting third place. Next drivers will be Alexei versus Rostic. Winner moves on to meet up with Stanislav for the top 2 positions in the podium. Alexei is going to be in the R34. And Rostic is in that E92. Here we go. Winner moves on to the battle of first and second place. Rostic coming in. Huge initiation and diving right into the pocket of Alexei. It's like Alexei is fighting through a little bit of a contact. But my goodness, Rostic is just feisty throughout the outer zones of 2 and 3. Keeping that proximity. Now we're going to have Alexei seeing if he could go toe-to-toe with Rostic. Rostic in the lead. Alexei in the chase. Winner moves on. Loser still has an opportunity to get on the podium. Rostic, beautiful initiation and maintaining stabilization all the way through outer zone 1. Little bit of contact with that wall. Looks like he scraped that bumper on that wall. Huge angle, a little bit of contact as well on transition. Beautiful performance from both of these drivers. Just out here slaying on this tight technical track. We'll see what the judges are looking at and say it was beautiful positioning from both of these drivers in the chase and the lead. It looked like Rostic did have a more stable lead run compared to Alexi from what I was looking at. We'll see how they show up and show down. Alexi gets the win and moves on. Our next battle is the battle for third place. This is the battle to get into the podium. This battle will be a very spicy one. You're gonna have Danny versus Rostic. Danny's in that 80 Supra. Rostic's in that BMW E92. I think they're trying to figure out who's leading and who's chasing. Here we go. Battle for third place. Looks like a possible jump start. Jumping the line. We'll see what the judges are looking at, if it's going to be a restart. Danny is coming in this competition with that 80 Supra being super aggressive. And now we have, it was a light issue. Now we have Rostic going to be in the lead with that BMW E92 coming in with a nice Scandinavian flick into that first outer zone. Being super aggressive and consistent throughout this whole competition, even through qualifying into outer zone 2. Beautiful positioning going to outer zone 3. All the way through. Use some left foot braking to tuck his tail in right into that wall. Beautiful performance from both of his drivers. Rostic is just super smooth. Now we're gonna have Danny trying to follow that up in the lead. Rostic has to do a spectacular performance in the chase. Winner moves on and gets third place. Danny just takes Rostic to Gapplebee's, but Rostic dives right into the pocket. Right off the rip, Danny looks like he made some contact with the wall, but going all the way through to outer zone 2. Beautiful left foot braking from Rostic to keep that proximity and not force that contact, and just holding that angle and mirroring Danny throughout each zone. Beautiful. And Rostic is getting third place in this competition. Is moving on. Beautiful performance from all those drivers going up to the third place. Now we have Stanislav with the Ferrari. Second time we've seen a Ferrari back-to-back competition. Alexi is in the chase with that in the lead with the R34. Beautiful initiation. Going to that first outer zone. Goes Stanislav, keeping that proximity and forcing the pressure on Alexi. Alexi angles up. Going into that final outer wall, all the way through to this second to third outer zone. Beautiful performance from these drivers, getting doors all day long. Now we have Stanislav gonna be in the lead. Let's see if Alexi can apply that pressure to Stanislav. Here we go. Possible final lap of this competition. Round 4 of IBDC. Stanislav going into that first outer zone. Beautiful angle all the way through. Alexi is keeping that proximity into the second outer zone and diving right into the pocket, getting door to door all the way through to the third outer zone. Doors all the way through, baby. Insane. Oh my goodness. Whew. You got me jumping out of my seat. That was a beautiful chase run, beautiful lead run on both of these drivers. Super aggressive, especially on this bumpy track. Insane. Judges are deliberating to see who is getting on to at the top of the podium. We already know that Rostic got the win. He is in third place. And we got the winner. Stanislav Tarasov gets the win with the Ferrari. Beautiful performance out here. And we have Alexi with the R34 getting second place. A fantastic showing out here from all these drivers. And they are going to go out there and celebrate, do a three-man tandem on this track. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to International Virtual Drift Championship. Again, my name is Tiny, and I'll see you guys at round 5.
number.